Let's be real. This week has been heavy. Remembering the tragedy of 9/11, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and random acts of violence across this country. It feels like the world is spiraling. And if you felt depressed, angry, or just plain exhausted, you're not alone. I've felt it too. But here's the deal. We don't get to quit. We don't get to fold. We must stay mentally tough, even when the world feels like it's burning. Welcome back to Straight Talk with Abby, the audio series to help you break through the barriers that hold you back from becoming your best self. Today's episode is different. It's raw, it's real, it's unfiltered, and it's exactly what we need to hear right now. So let's get into it. I'll be honest with you. The last couple of days, I have been heartbroken. I've been pissed and flat out tired, feeling like the world is unraveling faster than we can fix it. I've had trouble sleeping. My soul has felt deep sadness, not only for this country, but for the way many people are becoming. To me, some of the Americans that walk amongst us are more terrifying to me than the terrorist who crashed into the Twin Towers on 9/11. Now, I have never been one to get too involved with politics and don't usually even watch the news. But the assassination of Charlie Kirk has lit up something in me that is indescribable. I found myself doom scrolling through news of the world and the constant division tearing our country apart. I watched the 9/11 documentaries and felt that familiar ache in my chest, remembering where we were, what we lost, and how vulnerable we all felt. And for a moment, just a moment, I wanted to pull the covers over my head and pretend none of it was happening. But every single time I felt that way, I reminded myself of this truth. God didn't put me here to crumble. He put me here to shine a light, even when the darkness feels suffocating. And the same is true for you. You weren't put here to be a victim of circumstances. You weren't designed to fold when things get tough. You were created to be a beacon of hope, strength, and faith when the world needs it most. Now, let me be clear. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I sure as hell have used them though. So what do I know about any of this? This is what I know. I know that I'm a fighter, and I know you are too. I know that I am a proud American woman who grew up in the Midwest with morals, values, ethics, and the foundations on which this country was built. I grew up in school where we pledged allegiance to the flag each day. I'm a mother and a contributing member of society. And I consider myself a person that is kind, God-fearing, and I am sick and tired of watching this country fall apart. I'm not here to sprinkle unicorn dust and rainbow bullshit from a situation that is clearly pure chaos. But being mentally tough doesn't mean you don't feel sadness or grief. It doesn't mean you ignore reality or pretend everything is fine when it's not. It's okay to be pissed off. Good people get mad when bad things happen to good people. And trust me, I had to dismantle some big anger the last couple of days. Mental toughness means you don't let the darkness paralyze you. It means you keep your spark alive without letting hate consume you. Because here's what I know for sure. Hate is how the enemy wins. When we respond to violence with more violence, when we answer hate with hate, when we let fear turn us into the very thing we're fighting against, That's when evil wins. Faith, grit, and love. That's how we fight back. That's how we stay strong without losing our souls or our minds. The world doesn't need any more angry people. It needs more people who can stay strong and stay kind. More people who can be tough and be loving. More people who refuse to let the darkness win. So what can we do? Here's what's been helping me stay strong without becoming cold, bitter, or hateful. Number one, guard your gates. First thing you have to do is control the input. Turn off the constant doom scroll. Stop marinating in negativity like it's your job to consume every piece of bad news on the planet. I'm not saying to be completely ignorant here, but I'm saying to be intentional. Check the news once or twice a day. Stay informed, but don't let it become a toxic IV drip straight into your soul. Protect your mind like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. What you consume is literally shaping your spirit, your outlook, your capacity for hope. Your peace matters more than knowing everything in real time. Number two, move to heal. Even when it feels heavy, get up and move. I don't care if it's a 5-minute walk around the block or a full workout. Movement is medicine for your mind. When I'm feeling overwhelmed by the state of the world, when the weight feels too heavy, I force myself to move my body. Sometimes it's lifting weights, and sometimes it's just walking outside and breathing some fresh air. Movement clears the mental fog, and it reminds you that you're still alive, you're still strong, and still capable. It breaks the cycle of rumination and gets your blood flowing, your endorphins pumping, your perspective shifting. Your body and mind are connected. Move your body, move your mind out of despair and into possibility. Number three, connect with the Creator. Don't just think about praying, do it out loud, in the quiet of your room, in your car, wherever you are. Pray for healing, for strength, for our leaders, for this country, for your family, for people like Charlie Kirk and others who face threats simply for speaking their beliefs. Prayer isn't just asking God for things, it's connecting with the power greater than yourself. It's remembering that you're not alone in this fight. It's accessing a source of strength that doesn't depend on circumstances. God never promised us an easy road. He promised us strength if we lean on Him. This is not the time to pull away from faith. It's the time to lean in harder, because without God, this world will eat you alive. With Him, you'll stand when others fall. You'll have peace when others have panic. You'll have hope when others have despair. Number four, build your tribe. Connect with people who lift you up. Real connection, not just liking posts on social media. Call someone, have a real conversation, share what you're feeling. Isolation feeds despair, but connection feeds hope. When you're carrying heavy stuff, you need people who can help carry the load. Reach out to that friend who always makes you laugh. Call your mom or dad if you're lucky enough to still have them around. Text someone you haven't talked to in a while. Be vulnerable, be real, be human. We're not meant to go through this life alone, especially during these hard seasons. Number five, serve somebody else. When the world feels dark, when you feel powerless, when everything seems hopeless, serve somebody else. Encourage a friend who's struggling. Check on your elderly neighbor. Smile at a stranger. Pay for someone's coffee. Send an encouraging text. Small acts of kindness build mental resilience because they remind us that we are not powerless. We're contributors. We're not just victims of circumstances. We're agents of change. Every act of kindness is a vote for the world you want to live in. Every moment of service is a declaration that love is stronger than hate. Number 6, speak life into your days. Every morning before your feet hit the floor, declare, I will not let this world harden me. I will stand strong. I will keep my spark alive. I will be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Your words carry weight. The things you say to yourself shape your reality. Speak life into yourself, into your day, into your future. Stop letting your inner voice be your biggest critic and start making it your biggest champion. You have more control over your mindset than you realize. And number 7, focus on your sphere. You can't control what happens in the world. You can't control the actions of unstable people. You can't control the 24-hour news cycle or social media outrage of hateful people. But you can control how you show up in your home, your workplace, and your community. You can control how you treat people. You can control the energy you bring to every room you enter. Focus on your sphere of influence. Be the person your family can count on. Be the coworker who brings positivity. Be the neighbor who cares, and be the friend who shows up. Change your corner of the world, and you'll discover you have more power than you ever imagined. As I begin to wrap up here, I want to take a minute to speak from my heart about Charlie Kirk. I didn't know him, but I watched him. I learned from him, and I respected the hell out of him. He wasn't afraid to speak the unpopular truth. He wasn't trying to be liked. He was trying to be honest. And in a world full of cowards hiding behind comfort, he stood tall. He reminded us that courage costs something, that faith is supposed to be public, that silence in the face of evil is evil. Charlie didn't die for nothing. He was loud. He was bold. He stood for God, for freedom, and for values that used to mean something in this country. And yeah, maybe he rubbed people the wrong way, but you know what? That's what happens when you refuse to be silenced. And now he's gone because of it. And that should scare you. But more than that, it should wake you up, because if someone like him gets taken out, the rest of us better decide real quick what we're willing to stand for before we lose the chance. Don't let this past week harden your heart. Don't let sadness steal your joy or hate steal your soul. Don't let the actions of unstable people make you lose faith in humanity. Be the light that cuts through the darkness. Be the hope that others can grab onto, and be the strength that others can lean on. Pray, pray, pray. Pray hard for our leaders, for people in the public eye who face threats, for our country, for healing and unity. And stand firm in your beliefs, but do it without losing your love for people who disagree with you. Stay gritty without getting bitter, and stay strong without getting hard. If you needed this reminder today, if this message spoke to something in your heart, share it. Someone you love probably needs to hear it too. We're all fighting battles we can't see. We're all carrying weights that others don't know anything about, but we don't have to carry them alone. Until next week, stay strong, stay faithful, and keep shining. Thanks for listening to Straight Talk with Abby. If this episode hit you where you needed it, here's what I want you to do. First, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Transformation is contagious, and you never know who's waiting for exactly this message. Second, if you're ready to stop starting over and start becoming the unstoppable version of yourself, I've got something for you. My audiobook, Your Breakthrough Era, Unstoppable Starts Here, is now available on Audible, iTunes, and Amazon. It's the deeper dive into everything we talk about here. And if you're ready to go all in on your fitness transformation, check out my program, Unstoppable 2.0, my 12-week program that combines fitness, mindset, and identity work to help you become who you're meant to be. You can find all the details at yourfitnesschick.com. Remember, your breakthrough era doesn't start when you feel ready. It starts when you decide you're ready. I'll see you next time for more straight talk. Until then, keep breaking through.